Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by GhostBed.com. JVs, we back.
We're back.
Hey.
Hello again.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
I know you are, Jesse. I know you are.
Why?
You took a very hard stance against Palestine on your social media, and I don't know what's going to happen to you anymore, okay?
Did I? Can you imagine? I'm like, what the fuck?
I don't even think you know what was going on, or if anything was happening, actually.
I do.
I enjoy that about you. I don't want to know. I for real, like, I think I'm in your camp where I just don't want to know anymore, where I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have seen that shit that I saw.
Oh, I told my wife this morning, I was like, hey, don't read the news today.
Right? It's one of those things where you're like, meh. If it affects, like, us here, like, in the United States or at home, sure, give it a look-sees. But other than that, why concern your pretty little face with it, you know? You need your beauty sleep. You need to keep looking hot every day. Putting good food on the table. Otherwise, your man is going to get upset.
Oh, you sound like Hamas.
Oh, sorry.
Anyway, look, I know what's going on. I have actually gotten like some DMs that, hey, you know,
for real?
Just about the fact that I say I can't handle knowing about everything. I have to kind of make sure that my kids and my family and my street and my life is good first. And then if nothing is affecting that, you know, if things are affecting that, I want to know about it, right?
Yeah, I mean, look.
And they were saying it kind of seems like privileged or out of touch or something, and I do not want it to come off that way. I just have a tiny brain, and I can't fill it. I can only fill it with a certain amount of stuff.
Well,
and so it's more me being dumb than anything else.
Couple things real quick here, because we talked about it on Drinker Bros yesterday, obviously, on fake news over there. I'm not from there. I'm not going to pretend to understand what's going on. Obviously, I don't like the images I'm seeing and all that other shit. But when you're in a case of religious wars for thousands of years and all that other shit, what the fuck is a white dude going to say that's going to change anything that's going on over there? Or anybody on social media and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Like, I stand with so-and-so. Great. But if you actually sat down, somebody called out, I think it was Mia Khalifa, actually, the porn star.
Yes.
Called out Kendall Jenner yesterday and was just like, she's like, I stand with Israel. She goes, great. If you can just sit down and just string out one coherent thought and tell me why you support Israel, that would be awesome.
And you have to go back thousands of years before.
Forever, yeah.
Hundreds.
Yeah. I can't even go back, I don't know, 30 years, 35 years at this point. Right. You know, it's a bit much. For somebody who's 33 years old, I don't want to go past the 90s. I don't need to go past the 90s anymore, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I feel fine with everything that's going on. I feel amped that Creed is having a nice comeback right now.
Yeah.
Partially because of me.
Sure. I just feel like dumb conversations are worse than no conversations, right? So therefore I have no conversations.
Yeah.
Because it's always going to be dumb, right? It's always going to be coming from a place of just not really understanding.
Unless you studied it or you love history or perhaps you have a history show or something like that. The complexities of this,
these guys know.
It's too big for me.
And they're smart enough not to say.
No, I can explain everything
no,
to you.
I don't. I don't.
I have the solution to the problem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not even
you know what, Bob?
You know what's funny? I don't think there is a solution, but I guarantee if you guys did a softcore history episode on this and the whole past of it, to at least explain it to everyone, it would explode. Because I don't think anybody really knows the history on both sides.
To at least explain it. Okay, you want to do a take? Let's go, Bob.
I've said this before on softcore history, actually, where it's like, it's their land. It's like, dude, so I can guarantee you the only people everyone who's ever owned that land has never been from there. ever.
Right.
It has just been conquered throughout all of human history.
Right.
So it's like, it's my land, it's my land. It's like, since when?
Yeah.
You haven't been on the mortgage ever.
Right.
Like,
but even that is not even coming into the conversation. Do you know what I mean? No real facts, as far as what I've seen.
yeah,
or
actually,
solutions or
that?
anything.
You know who
What?
did say that, actually? And I was really pleasantly surprised to see Giannis Papas. Was
Really?
like, this area has been controlled by the Romans, the Muslims. He's talking about the Umayyad and Abbasid caliphates,
Right.
the Turks, the Eastern Roman Empire, like over and over.
Yeah.
The Crusaders for a little bit, the British for a little bit. Like it's like seriously, like it's been owned by everyone. But the Jews and Palestinians, the Babylonians, the fucking Assyrians, the fucking Persians, like 5 times.
Right. And it's, look, for me, I cut it off like at Pangea, where I'm like, all right, we were all one thing at one point. But you know what? I'm glad we took over this one. And I like this little country that we have. And that's kind of really all I can focus on right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Braves are in the playoffs.
Sure.
Monster comeback last night.
Sure.
Creed is back.
Yep.
Creed. The band Creed is back, and I'm excited about that. That's the fun thing about baseball playoffs.
Right.
Usually there's one little theme that pops up that everybody gets behind, and they're like, fuck yeah, we're doing it. I remember the Braves as a kid. We'll go back to the 90s, what I was saying earlier. Saturday Night Live did a piece where everybody was doing tomahawk chops on the show and in the booth and all that other stuff because the ratings were huge, and it was fun. Now this year we have Creed for the Texas Rangers. And they said, if you go to the game tonight, be prepared to know your discography on Creed. They're going to be playing it all night. Apparently, the team has adopted it as their fire-up music before they take the field. So I wish I was in that stadium tonight listening to Higher all night long, you know?
Right.
I hope Scott Stapp shows up for the fucking game tonight. I think that would be great.
I think that would be great.
It'd be a blast. Can they clinch tonight, Bob?
Who? The Rangers?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're up 2-0.
There you go. So they could play after the game tonight. Can you take me higher? Let's go. Let's go.
Right.
That would be a blast. But who knows? You know, that's the things that I can really focus on and get behind. I'm not sure I can get behind the Skittles ban, though, that's going down in California. They're going to ban Skittles? What else, dog? What else are they banning now?
What is your problem with it?
Skittles are the greatest candy maybe ever invented. Sour Skittles really kicked it up a notch.
Okay.
I can jam half a bag in my mouth and be happy with my life. I feel like I'm a better person on them. I'm nicer to people. It is a delightful candy at a movie theater, especially with buttered popcorn. If you're going to a theater where you can drink, highly recommend, like an Austin East Cider here.
Sure.
Just a nice, clean Austin East Cider beer, along with.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not clean.
Yeah, no.
But it's got enough sugar in it, and then you wash those Skittles back with that apple cider. Let's go. Some buttered popcorn. Let's go. And then I wake up this morning, and I'm like, what the fuck, Gavin Newsom? God damn, California already sucks. Now they're going to ban Skittles, too?
Is this worse than the New York soda ban under Bloomberg?
No, so the soda ban.
For some people, I bet it was,
hang
right?
on, Bob. Hang on. All right, so here's why I don't mind the soda ban.
Because you don't drink
I don't
gallons
drink,
of
I don't
soda.
drink soda. all
Okay.
right? But I do enjoy some Skittles here and there.
So you think it's okay to ban stuff as long as you don't like it?
Yes, and that's important to that. I want everybody to know. That's,
we know.
I want to ban what's important to me. Like that's, you know what I'm saying? Like Skittles, no, we're not banning that.
Right.
I don't want to do that. Soda, yeah, I don't really fucking drink it, so I don't care. Now Skittles, I have, I don't know, once a month maybe, but I don't want to give that up.
You just go regular, or you said sour?
I go, whatever's there. So I go both. So right now, here's how popular Skittles are at the movie theater by our house. And it's a big boy movie theater. Super nice. Love it. They're also putting an arcade in there, Bob. So your kids are going to love it soon. My kids fucking freaked out the other night. Oh my God, an arcade. Here's what I love about that theater. When you order a kid's snack pack, it comes with a little tray. It's got buttered popcorn and then a choice of a candy and then a drink with it. Their choice of candy is always Skittles. And I love that because they know.
Yeah.
They know what we all want, you know?
Well, yeah, because they're addicted to the chemicals in Skittles.
So what is
that are
it? Is that what it is?
designed to get people addicted
to Skittles.
stuff.
I've never been addicted to Skittles. It's just been a fun.
But your brain will tell you that's what you need and want right now, right?
No, I've never, like, my brain has never told me that. I can go into a candy section at a gas station, and I mean, I would pick 40 things. It just depends on how I'm feeling that night. You know? I've been in 2 movies. We usually go to a movie once a week with the kids. Last week it was Reese's Pieces, the little ones. Not the peanut butter cups, but the little tiny ET ones, right?
Reese's Pieces, yeah.
Yes. This week, Skittles. I had Skittles this week with the children, and it was great.
Right.
Saw Paw Patrol, had some Skittles, had some laughs.
Yeah.
All right? There was a weird line in the movie, though, that freaked me out. Just one. I was like, oh, this is out of place.
What was it?
There was a woman asking the crime dogs, the children dogs, if they did not care about free and fair elections. And I was like, oh, that is way over everyone's head. That's serious.
Shut up.
I swear to God. That was the exact line. And I was like, what the fuck?
Jax this morning was like, Mom, wouldn't it be funny if they made like a Paw Patrol rated R, like a rated R Paw Patrol? And I was like, what would happen?
They did.
He's like, they would be like cursing and probably like shooting each other and stuff. And I'm like,
They just did that movie, actually.
no, they didn't.
Yep, they sure did.
What was it?
Will Ferrell's in it with Kevin Hart.
Oh, right.
And he
But did
wanted
they-
to see it.
I don't think
That
they
was
get
like-
real gory.
I don't know if
was,
they murder each other,
That was
but
rated
I
R,
like it.
Homeward Bound.
Okay.
Right, same diff. A rated R kids movie, right? Oh, let's do a kids movie, but it's rated R. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
It's like, oh, the dogs, but they do drugs, and like there's some sex or something.
Right.
Yeah, I watched the last one. It was Good Boy, I think it was called. It was the middle school movie. It's the same people who did this rated R Dogs movie. But and that was all right. It was still weird to see 6th graders, like real 6th graders, just saying fuck every other word.
Which is accurate.
It is accurate.
Yeah.
I was the same way.
My wife, we were like walking near some kids in our neighborhood, and they were all like, fuck, shit,
Yep.
shit, fuck.
Yeah, but like not even using it in the
Yeah.
right way, just like as many times as they could.
And one of her friends is a teacher in like junior high, and they talk about like pussies and dicks and whatever and my wife's like, were you like that as a little boy? Like every boy is
Yeah.
like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
Every
was like,
single one.
It's gonna start so much earlier than you think.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I remember in 8th grade specifically, I had a science teacher, and he just fucking freaked out at the chalkboard because I was talking in class, somebody behind me, and he goes, Ross, what do you think? That you're just going to make a living talking about your dick and balls all day long? Because I just kept telling these dick and balls jokes all day long. And I looked at him and I said, I hope so. And I did it. Okay. It's possible.
So when you got the new
It's
guy,
possible.
did you send him a picture of your dick and balls?
I didn't. I did send a poster, though, to the school. And I just said, because that was another one of like, hey, do you think you're going to job telling jokes all day? And I was like, yeah. I mean,
Right.
I was like the one in a million person where you were like, yeah, fuck you, dude. I did it. And I've made an art out of it, to be honest with you.
Sure.
I've made an art out of it. But I want the Skittles. I want the fun shit. What else are they taking away because of this?
So they're calling it the Skittles ban, I think, because Skittles has a couple of these. So they're banning 4 food additives that are in many really disgusting, amazing things, I bet. So
Okay. What are they?
I'm going to butcher some stuff, but maybe Bob can tell me. I know red dye number 3, but that's the last one. Brominated vegetable oil.
Oh, yeah.
Potassium bromate, which actually sounds like some type of glue.
Yeah. It's got potassium, though. That's nice.
Propylparaben.
Oh, yeah. Prophylactics.
Propylparaben.
Condoms.
And then red dye number 3. Red dye number 3, red dye number 7, I know only because I grew up hippie, right? Which is like I could never have any candy, TV, nothing. Red dye number 7 specifically, my mom would say my brain chemistry would actually change and I would turn into a crazy person,
Okay.
which I've seen happen with both Jagger and Jax in certain instances where it's just like those moments when you're just like, oh my fucking God, what is going on? Yeah. They've usually had a Skittle with you.
Sure.
Or some kind of like red slushy or icy, something like this. And it's that red dye.
Yeah.
Is it the red dye or is it just freebasing sugar?
It's both, but again, this has been beaten into my head since I was a child. So it's this idea that with red dye number 7, red dye number 3 comes this it's a chemical that messes with your brain. It kills animals when they test it on them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It turns them into like, they go into comas when they test them on animals and stuff. So red dye number 3 is the only one I know. The other stuff sounds like a saturated fat, like a plastic almost that they're putting in stuff, which they do, right? To get a gummy, the right consistency, or almost eating trace amounts of actual plastic, stuff like that.
Sure. Some of this is hard because, dealing with a beverage company right now.
Right.
You learn that some of the ingredients on your labels aren't necessarily really that have high traces in them or whatever. I don't know what tests they've done on Skittles and all this other shit, but there is things that it's just a dash of something. You still have to put on the label and everything else. So who really fucking knows at the end of the day? I remember as a kid, it was mellow yellow. And there was some yellow number 5 or something in there, and it was supposed to make your dick small. And that went around forever.
And maybe they
Mountain
just
Dew, right? Like Mountain Dew would shrink your dick.
And maybe they just told us that so we wouldn't, or something like that. And I've carried the myth on with my children where you can't have this certain kind of red dye. I don't know.
Is there other candies on this list then besides Skittles?
I think they needed a flashy name, but it's actually a little bit of a diversion. Like Skittles, it's actually not banning Skittles. It's banning the additives. So if Skittles wants to take these things out
Change
or
it.
Whatever,
Gotcha.
It'd be their European Skittles because this stuff is banned in Europe.
No shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Europe is quite a bit more restrictive on that stuff.
yeah, and they're quite a bit more healthy and have a lot of things figured out that we don't. But
So the secret flavor that we have for the seltzer, Hard AF seltzer, is Skittles flavor. Now,
Right.
you can't patent a flavor. However, you could, I guess, ban these ingredients. We don't have any of those ingredients in this. You're able to make it taste the same without those ingredients.
yes, so
My guess is probably Skittles then will take out this shit and figure out a way to
they're
put it
calling
back on
it
shelves.
Skittles ban for that reason, because people go, what? And then it's something to kind of push back against. Or if they just said food additive ban, I don't think we'd be talking about it, right? Because they've tried to do these kind of things. And when you say food additives or sugar is
No one cares.
addictive or it's worse than any other thing, people go, okay, cool. Give it a flashy name, and I guess I'll probably. So the reason that it's Skittles ban is because now we can talk about it, and now
Okay.
people can have opinions, and now people can know that Gavin Newsom is doing the right thing.
Yeah. Is Peeps on there?
Yeah. So what's up with
Peeps?
Peeps? So Peeps, there
We're
must be,
losing
again,
Peeps?
a lot of these, I think it is for texture. So you can get certain flavors.
I don't know if Peeps can
texture
change,
and
man.
making it so they will last through.
Candy, you can change.
An
Peeps,
apocalypse.
I don't know what the fuck's a peep. Like, I don't know how they get that shape and taste and all that other stuff. I eat the head off of one peep every year at Easter, and that's it. That's
they're
the only thing that I
disgusting.
do. Yeah, they're not great. It's like circus peanuts. When those disappeared, I was like, well, who gives a shit? You know?
Right.
Remember those
Yeah.
orange circus peanuts that were huge?
You know what one of my fondest nights in childhood was? I was at a sleepover at my buddy's house with me and my 3 friends, and his parents bought us like circus peanuts for some reason.
Oh, boy.
And
Because they were like on sale.
yeah, they were disgusting, of course. Instead of eating them,
You drew with them, right?
no, we just started throwing them at each other, and they hurt a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
So
stinks.
we just
Yeah.
it just became a game we called Peanuts, where we eat two. It was 2 on 2, each on the side of a room. We were like in 6th grade, and we were just whipping circus peanuts at each other for a while.
Yeah.
We use circus peanuts as like street chalk because it'll write on the street with the circus
Yeah, like
Which
if
is
you let
nice.
it, if you let it dry out a little bit.
It's got a dual purpose there.
And then at that sleepover, Bob and his friends were like, Should we kiss?
Would it be weird if we kissed
Should we stick the peanuts like in?
in our asses?
They're pretty mobile. They're
No,
pretty
no. Let's just throw them. Yeah.
Wow, you get enough Skittles in you. And
Yeah, no, you have enough red dye number 7. I'm telling
do
you.
anything.
You'll
yeah.
do anything. You get crazy.
You'll
try homosexuality.
You get gay. I know.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I've got so many Skittles. I mean, can I just suck your dick? What?
Yeah.
What?
And then
What?
you like come down off the red dye number 7. You're like, oh, it's
I
like
didn't
in
know
your
what I was
mouth, and you're
saying.
like, what?
Oh,
what?
get your penis out of my
yeah.
mouth. I didn't know. You tricked me with the Skittles. Do you think that's why? Has there been a bunch of penises and mouths that shouldn't have been there? And they're like, we've got to get rid of these Skittles, man. People are doing fucked up things.
I don't think a penis in a mouth is fucked up.
No, but two straights doing it, you know?
I don't think that's fucked up
I think a
either.
lot of penis and mouth is between two straights.
But let's
Yeah.
but like
and
take
I think it's all
somebody-
fine, and we have bigger fish to fry.
Take somebody super straight, like Hugh
Great.
Jackman. Okay, let's just take Hugh Jackman, for example.
Thank you. Bobby's finally coming around to our...
No, he's finally coming out. He's writing a book right now where he's going to release a bombshell revelation about his life and his marriage, and I'm super fucking amped for this, although it's the worst kept secret of all time. But if a super straight Hugh Jackman came out in his book and said, holy shit, guys, I had a bunch of Skittles one night, and I just ended up sucking all
Right.
these dicks, and I loved it.
Right.
And that's what made me gay, and it ruined my marriage and all that other stuff. And maybe that's why Gavin Newsom is banning it. I don't know. But I think it's a little harsh and it's a little unfair, because if these taste like shit, I'm going to be pretty pissed off about it. But we all kind of know how the other side of this goes with like a Four Loko, right? Everybody's going to be buying up the last of the illegal
Yes,
Skittles.
but I also think it's like... it's preaching to the choir in a sense. Like if you're banning this in California, it's like, don't worry. Like no, you know what I mean? Like my mom's banned it in our house in California
Yeah.
since I was a baby. So it's like it's not the place that you need to do that,
No.
really.
Same with soda in
but
New
it's
York.
a
Like
start-
everybody
yeah.
in New York is in shape. They weren't drinking soda anyways, so.
I don't know. I guess it's a place to start. But to me, people are like, like in California. Anyways, the people that I know.
Yeah. I mean,
like,
look,
cool, we weren't eating Skittles anyways.
all of this is true. I mean, it's nothing that's
Right.
isn't true. I mean, all this shit makes you wild, you know?
No, it's just like more unhealthy. Even Delco was saying like I would rather like kids be able to smoke
Cigarettes.
than have
Yeah.
the amount of sugar and additives and chemicals that.
Makes them tougher.
Ripping darts, dude. Just have kids ripping
Yeah,
darts.
is it cooler
at 10
to
years
see
old.
a kid fucking shirt off smoking, dude?
It is.
Or eating red dye number 7 and becoming
And also,
a crazy
I mean,
person.
You know, they deserve their 15 minutes when they start child labor again.
yeah.
That's true. They sure do. Bob, I'm going to send you a text here in a second. At the top of the show yesterday, or the last episode, we were talking about we're live in Columbus, Ohio, and I was like, hey, we're getting ready to go and do some meet and greets and all that other stuff. Take some pics, some fun pics up there in Ohio. Well, one of these places last night had another celebrity there, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? If you don't think that you've got to go out, press press the bodies and kiss the babies? Is that what we're calling it?
Sure.
Should. You got to press the flesh, kiss the babies, hump the grandmothers out there. You
Sure,
got to do
blessed.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
And stay blessed. You do. So fucking one of the Jenners was out there last night. Like on a fucking Monday, dog. Like, this is crazy. Bob, I sent it to you.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can pop it up here. So she's got a tequila. It's called 818. She's got a booze company. Pop it. I want you to pop this on screen because it doesn't look like she's ever drank alcohol before or knows what to do with it. Also, I had to ask myself briefly, I was like, is she actually 21 years old to do this shit?
Yes.
She looks kind of young. How old is she in real life?
Kendall?
Yeah. You can pop it on screen there.
20s. It's just
She's 27.
Is she really? She's fucking old. So this is one of the bars we're in. She's in Columbus, Ohio. Last night on a Monday night.
so. I told Ross he needs to dress in that exact thing.
Outfit, yes. So Jesse wants me to
And
dress in this exact outfit
wig.
and do some hard AF seltzer giveaways.
I just.
And I'm
say,
thinking about
you know,
it. Lean into it, yeah.
Yeah.
Lean into it. But the fact that she's in Columbus, Ohio is really funny. Like, you got to get out there.
Yeah.
Midwest drinks, dude. You got to get out to the Midwest. They fucking drink, dude.
It's true.
Holy shit.
It's true.
The amount of requests we get for Hard AF Seltzer in Wisconsin, I'm like, look, I know you guys have nothing to live for. Nothing would make me happier than to get it in there because that's it.
Right.
You drink, you watch football, and you eat wheels of cheese, and that's all you do in that entire state. And I love it. I'm there for all of it. I love bratwurst. I love cheese. I love crackers. And then beers and seltzer, all the things, stuff your face. Some might say you're living a better life. You have the cutaways at SEC games of hot girls. You have the cutaways at Lambeau Stadium when it's just two fat people who've been together for 20 years, bundled up like Michelin men because it's so goddamn cold. They're drinking and eating their face off. You see the nacho cheese just raining down off of that soft pretzel that is now hard because it's 8 degrees there, and you're like, fuck, dude, maybe you're living a better life than me, you know?
Yeah, they
maybe
are.
you're living a better life.
Not
but
a
they
longer
all
life,
booze,
but a better life.
But a better life. Maybe they are, Jesse. I don't know. But the fact that Kendall Jenner just shows up in Columbus, Ohio on a Monday, pretty fucking funny to me.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
It's not a big college night to go out. Like
The
What,
least.
on a
yes.
Monday?
Oh yeah, it's the least. Like, I mean, shit.
What are you talking about?
You go out on a Monday?
You're a professional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she wanted the professional.
In college, though?
Yeah, in college, even I raged, and
Mugs
even I was
Monday.
just like, "Hey, dude, it's Monday."
It was
I'm gonna
Mugs
sit this
Monday.
out.
I got drunk a lot on Monday after chapter, stuff like that, but I'm just saying, in terms of like hype nights, it's the least hype night.
You're not
where you're
leaving
like,
the house.
oh,
yeah,
Yeah, it
dude.
was
Kendall's-
Monday. You
Yeah.
had ladies' night on Tuesday. You had guys' night on Wednesday. You had Thirsty Thursday. You had Friday, Saturday. Yeah, you took off Sunday. Sunday was the night you take off.
Sunday, a lot of people, at least at Mizzou, go to this bar called Big 12, dollar burgers, dollar fries, get fucked up watching the NFL all day.
Oh yeah. That's the thing too. So Mondays is one of the days where you were like, it was like the holy day of like, hey, dude, it's chapter dinner. We're gonna take it easy and just have a couple drinks here and then study, like whatever, you know. Try to get caught up for the week, and then the rest of the week was obviously a shit show after that. But Mondays were like, all right.
Yeah. I don't think she wants to maybe be in a completely packed, like even Pint House on like a packed night.
Oh yeah.
I don't even love.
It's nuts.
I don't even love
It's
walking through there,
nuts.
to be honest.
Well,
so
'cause
like,
it's crazy.
She was probably like, "What's a night we can get a good amount of people?"
Yeah.
And it's not an insane.
We're at Pine House there in Columbus, Ohio. So I love it. I love that it's fucking.
No, I love
nuts to
Pint House. I'm
butts.
just
Let's
saying
go.
I'm old.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's a fun time, but yeah, she showed up. She was pouring drinks, and it didn't look like she knew how to do it. I can't believe she's 27 years old.
Well,
I think we've reached this weird kind of like peak of celebrities where like she doesn't really look like she's getting older. Taylor Swift, it shocked me that she was 33 the other day. I was like, fuck, man.
I know.
It's a little too old for her bullshit at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Why?
I thought she was younger. Remember we went through this with Katy Perry where she was just like, I'm only 32 at that American
yes,
Idol
but
thing.
you
when I was
have
just like,
to
whoa.
be nondescript because of the age range of your fans, right? So you can't look too young.
You're
you
right.
can't look too old. You can't. You just have to be this sort of okay age.
The sister who's younger than her actually looks older than her. The one with the huge heavies and the fake ass.
Yeah, when you get work done younger, it makes you look older.
Shit.
Not that she
dude.
didn't. Not that it doesn't look great. I'm just saying she looks older.
Another fun one here, since we're on Instagram, Bob. Go to Tori Spelling's Instagram. People sent me this. A bunch of listeners sent me this late last night, and I said I would bring it up here on the show. I'm not sure what Tori's doing anymore or how much they paid her for this. But, all right, so go to the one all the way to the right there where it looks like she's holding a piece of her cheek, because that's what I thought it was. All right, so, Jesse, two things I'm going to ask you about this, okay? Mm-hmm. One, what's wrong with the left side of her face?
I think she has. It's a weird angle.
Okay. You think that's all it is? It looks so bizarre. So I thought that was part of her cheek or something that was
I
missing.
think she maybe face tuned a little or did some kind of, right?
I can't
She
tell.
did something kind of
But
Photoshop fail,
Here's where I'm
maybe.
going with this. I thought something was wrong with her cheek, and maybe this was helping her, and that was part of the implant or something else. Okay.
Okay.
I was completely wrong on that. So here's number 2. Pop that pickup, Bob. That's a vibrator.
Oh, okay.
And she is selling vibrators now on Instagram, and all you have to do is click it. So, Bob, click that. So it says, see your free gift or your first gift.
It's link in bio. So
From,
we'll
no. It's you can just click it on the name of the company down there. That's fine.
The
you want me to
Instagram
go to
of
the
the company.
Instagram?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Just click that on because that's what I did, and I was shocked by it. I was like, oh, this is just an array of dildos and vibrators,
But
and
here's
that's
the
what we do.
But here's the thing, though. There's an aesthetic because
Yeah.
like this isn't just normal. Like this isn't just like neon. Like this is an aesthetic for your pussy.
Yeah, like it's
your
gonna
butt.
match your
Vibe.
the caraway pots and pans that you got of
Yep.
that same kind of matte green
Yeah.
that you're
Can
doing
you
in your
achieve
house.
a better orgasm if your
Aesthetically.
dildo matches the
Yeah, it's gonna
plates?
maybe make you feel like a little bit more like a put together gal.
Okay.
That's just like self care.
Yeah.
It's self care.
That's
today.
all.
I mean, this is like
That's what she said in that post.
Oh, did she?
this reminds. This is like if there's like a really really nice brand, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then you get kind of like a dinkier version at Target.
Yeah.
That's what this like. This is like the dinkier version of whatever vibrators Gwyneth Paltrow is selling.
Yeah, exactly. Because Paltrow has like really good, nice looking ones.
Oh, does she really?
Yeah, but it's this. She, you know,
This
it
might be
starts
her
with,
company.
No, she's
Oh.
not.
Super high-end dildos.
Yeah.
She's got some goopy dildos that are like $5,000 or something like that. Pull up a Gwyneth Paltrow dildo. I just want to compare
We've
here.
looked at them before. I
Have we
believe,
really?
but I will obviously look them again. I gotta
Yeah.
assume it's under wellness, sex toys. Yep, got it.
Oh, there you go.
This is a small leather flogger from Goop.
Pop that up on
$90.
screen. Okay, so a nice little leather flogger there because we've got our 10th anniversary coming up here. How much is the
Look
leather
how-
flogger? That's 90.
90. Here is, I guess, like a blowjob machine, an air pulsing sex toy for penis owners.
No shit. So if
Okay.
you own a penis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, do you have to have, does that have to be a part of your body, Bob, or can you just own one?
I think you just have one. Like if
Okay.
you have Rasputin's penis in a jar, you can obviously put it in there.
And jack that off? All right. I like that. What else is for sale here?
There's this
on
little
Gwyneth
vibrator
Paltrow's?
necklace.
Look at that, dude.
For
Would
a
that do
moment's
it?
notice.
Oh, I've seen that
Would that work?
in real
Yeah,
life.
that's pretty
It
small.
does. You can get rose gold or 24 karat gold.
Uh-huh.
All right.
I've,
deserve it.
I've used that before.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah.
You're using Gwyneth Paltrow's products. How was it? Did you enjoy it?
That's- I mean,
On
not really
himself.
for me. Yeah.
On himself.
I
not
don't
really
know.
for me.
Hey, guys. We don't know. If it starts on her, it could go to inside of you eventually.
And I don't even care. And look, here is obviously, like I said, this is the higher end version
Right.
of what
Oh, that's nice.
Tori's selling the sort of Target version.
It's like a little Blue Man Group vibrator. That's nice.
But it's got this beautiful,
Yeah.
like marble.
It's probably
handle
just
or
like
something.
so
Very nice.
sturdy and well made too.
Yeah, look at this double-sided wand vibrator.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. And then the purple one, what does that do exactly? Is that for your asshole too? That's
This is it's
Yeah.
built to fit between bodies, hands free during penetrative sex. There is a remote.
great.
There's this French scooper.
What does this scooper do?
I don't know what the scooper does.
Jesse, you got any guess what a scooper does for a vagina
Is
or
that
a
what
butthole?
it's called?
No, it's called the French lover, but it's got very clearly.
Is that top part like very soft?
It's got to be right.
Yeah.
A
Okay.
thin, soft silicone edge designed to
Okay.
mimic the feeling of a tongue. Oh,
Yeah.
so it's
Yeah.
Oh.
you can eat yourself out.
That's great. Yeah, you just kind of flip that around backwards. Then. I understand. It's
Don't
shaped
get
like a
Bob.
shoehorn.
First, we're talking about his fucking Monday drinking days in college.
Oh, he
Now
took
we get
Mondays
him to
off.
talk.
All right. Now he's being very polite with these vibrators and dildos today. They just keep going there. What's that? What's that other one that looks like a seashell that you kind of glossed over? That's beautiful.
Whispering secrets into
That
this.
looks
That's
like
for
a
sure.
little sucker situation.
For the clit.
Or
The head of the
wherever,
clitoris.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Great.
It uses gentle sonic waves.
Huh. You don't say. Is that a USB port on those, or is that
Yeah, you charge 'em,
battery?
baby.
All right.
Come on.
Yeah, you're not putting the days of putting a battery in.
Yeah,
are long
look,
gone.
you never know. If you have kids, you can't really leave that out on the kitchen table next to the iPad and then your headphones that you go jogging in.
Now here's one for
A
me.
lot of
I
questions.
think
Oh, that's very nice.
for
Bob.
you.
the Tennis Pro vibrator.
There it
Okay.
is.
It's what was the tagline? Damn it, it was so
40
good.
love.
It was close. It was for working on your self-service game.
Ah, there we go.
Oh. Okay.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Okay.
And then obviously we've talked about this one before, but this is the coup de grace. This is the one we need in studio.
Okay.
The $1,200 gold wand.
God damn. Is it 14 karat gold?
I believe it is 24 karat gold.
24 karat
So that is
gold.
like a cold metal.
Yeah. Well, it's gold, Jesse.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to get
It's cold gold.
the vibe of it.
Yeah, I'm sure you could heat up the gold if you wanted
Actually,
to.
what's cool about this one is that you can do temperature play.
Oh, okay,
shit.
okay, okay.
All right.
It
There you
warms up-
go.
Yeah.
What do we go from there?
There you go.
We go to 80 to 120, you think? Like what's the temperature you start off with a gold dildo
Wherever you want.
or a
I think
vibrator?
it's probably wherever you want to.
It's your
I'm
journey.
sure it stops at a certain.
What's the max? Yeah, what's the
Yeah,
max
I'm
temp?
sure it stops at a not
I
getting
bet you they don't.
sued.
If it's Gwyneth Paltrow, I bet you they don't even have like numbers. It's just called like the Phoenix.
Yeah,
where
yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
too
yeah.
hot, and you're like, oh, great. Turn that down. Give me a Nashville.
Yeah, yeah,
something
yeah,
that's
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
86 and a little humid.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The Phoenix is way too hot. That's 120
Yeah.
right there. All day,
So
every day.
this
in the
has been
summer.
our segment explaining dildos to Ross.
Well, I
This
just
could be
wanted.
a fun new
Well,
segment.
here's where I'm
now,
going.
what does this one do?
Here's where I'm going with this one, Jesse. Is I'm kind of shocked that Tori Spelling, obviously a childhood crush, is now selling vibrators on Instagram. Like that was not the route that I saw her going in this life, knowing who her family was. And I know we've talked
But
about her
it
on the
depends
past.
on how you feel about vibrators
Great.
at this point, 2023.
Glad you brought that
how
up.
you feel it. Like it sounds like you're still trapped in a world where
I'm not
it's
trapped in this world.
dirty and wrong, and she's a stripper now.
I'm not-
And
I'm
she's
not-
going to hell now. She's a stripper. She's a prostitute.
I'm not going that route at all.
Then what's the fucking
However,
problem?
a lot of people are. So we've talked
Who?
about Paige Van Sant in the past on the show. She was a guest on Drinking Bros.
Mm-hmm.
Still follow her on Instagram. Shit has escalated on her Instagram to where the last post, I was like, I'm watching pornography at this point, and that's fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's absolutely fine. But I was like, man, I'm gonna click in the comments. Like, does everybody else see what I'm seeing? And they do. So there is some form of backlash against it. Even on Tori Spelling, there was a bunch of comments of like, God, remember you were so rich and now you're selling vibrators? With Paige Van Sant, it was like, hey, dude, are you just turning into a porn star now? Because if that's what you are, let's just start fucking and get on with it, or quit. Yeah, there we go. You can play that, I think. There you go.
Yeah, I shouldn't show anything on her Instagram.
Right, and that's because you can't, right? So this all leads to like OnlyFans pages. And Bob, that's a good one with her tongue out there where she's on all fours.
That's what I played. It's a video.
Right, but you can just leave that there, like, because that's the thumbnail that you use. You get to pick the image of the thumbnail, so people click on it and everything else. Now there is a shit ton of backlash against her. So there is a line that people are drawing with some of this shit where they're just like, man,
Who's backlashing?
just fans who are fans of UFC or her fighting days and things like that. Now
And
they're
what
like,
is their
oh,
problem?
you're just a prostitute who's just doing sex videos.
Is she a prostitute?
What is?
No, she's not.
Can I ask, like, philosophically,
Yeah.
what the actual fuck is the difference between getting physically pleasured for money on film and getting physically pummeled for money on film?
I don't. Obviously, I don't really do the OnlyFans thing. But if she is having sex on video, it's with her husband.
Right. And I guess pretty much the big ask right now is like, is this where we're headed as a society? When we had Shade Arena on the other day, Dan was like, it's everybody now. Every fucking girl has got a goddamn OnlyFans. And like, just when you think they don't, There's some picture that pops up and it just says, if you'd like to see more, go to this. You click on the link tree and you're like, oh shit, even you have a fucking OnlyFans now? Like, that's crazy.
But listen, time is money, right? And if I'm going to spend time having sex, I might as well monetize it.
So is that what you think you will eventually do? Like, is if you had a girl who was down and you were getting paid for it pretty decently, like what's the number a month where you're like, all right, I'm ready to fuck my girlfriend or husband on video for money?
I mean, we're sitting on a catalog. So, when dark days come.
You got a full catalog you're waiting to unleash?
Yeah, we got some stuff.
God damn. I'm telling you, man.
We?
Who's the we in this sitch?
He
I'm
would
proud of
never
you.
tell. He doesn't want to.
Do you have a girlfriend?
He's not going to say.
Yeah, I would never say.
Okay.
But no.
Okay. So it's just like a little fuck buddy that you're like, hey, dude, we've got a treasure troves of shit.
We've ruined many lives by them opening up to you about their lives. And me too, I
That
guess.
is not true.
It
Jesse.
is true.
That is not true.
Okay.
I just want to know what the dollar amount is that everybody decides to switch where you're like, oh, shit. All right. Cool. Because, 2 weeks ago, we just did those Nickelodeon chicks who were doing fucking Playboy and everything else. And I'm like, man, is that it? Is that all we're left with these days? Is like we're just jumping straight to porn now for every single person. Maybe.
I don't know anyone personally that's on it. So I don't know who you're talking about.
You don't have any friends?
That are doing OnlyFans?
Yeah.
No.
Do you know anybody?
I have known, yeah.
So do I.
But that's been someone that it was going to go that way anyway.
You thought so?
Yeah, and I don't. What's the problem?
That's the thing.
I don't understand.
Is there a problem, or is this where we're at in society where it's just like, hey, dude, we're all just going to do this and we're all just going to watch each other fuck for money?
I think enough people have an OnlyFans at this point that it's like almost oversaturated, right?
It's like
that's the way it
It's-
feels to me too, where I'm like, God damn, every single person I know, I feel like you click on them and they're like, oh, hey, for more, here's OnlyFans. And you're like, all right, man, what the fuck?
But I don't
Sorry,
really see
every
a stigma
single
with it.
person you click on, what are you doing?
Me?
Yeah,
Come on, dude. Paige Van Sant, click it on. Dude, OnlyFans, boom.
I don't.
Next up. There's a shit ton there's a million guests that we've had on Drinking Bros that have fucking OnlyFans where you're just like, all right, cool.
Again, I don't know them or follow them, so I guess maybe in your world and what you're seeing, which is all the Instagram porn stars that you follow, I think you actually feel like it's a bigger issue than it is, when in fact I have never seen
Not
any.
necessarily porn stars. I've had like ex-girlfriends and stuff that have OnlyFans.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I
dude.
guess if you follow a lot of women, which I guess Ross does, you're gonna get more of an idea that it's like a bigger problem, when in fact
I'm not.
I don't see it at all.
I think
And I'm sure you guys see it, Bob, I guess, is allowed to, or famously you've said follows a bunch of Instagram models.
does Bob?
I don't know. You said he did. I didn't think
so
he did.
It's not that I follow them,
I
but
don't
they're
not,
on
but
friends on guests or guests that have been on shows and then other shows and whatever. One of them, shit, looked her up yesterday and I was like, oh, does that person have like how are they making
Who is
money
it
in life?
and who are you looking up? Let's fucking get into it, dude. Who are you talking about?
There was a buddy of
of mine.
Dirty
who,
laundry. Let's go.
Let's go. I mean, you're the one that wants to talk about it. So what are you talking
There was a friend
about?
of yours in Wilmington who was on a podcast that we know, and I was like, oh, does that person still do shit and things and everything else?
Oh, you were just checking up to see what's that person up to. I don't
Yeah.
know who the fuck you're talking
How
about.
are you making money?
You just wanted to know how this
Person was making money in this world, correct?
person that has been on a podcast in Wilmington with us was making money. You were
It's
just
your
checking.
friend. You fucking worked for her, dude. Holy shit.
I worked for her?
Yes, you sure did. You did a job with her. So I'm going to tell you who it is and the person. I'm happy to do that too. Adrienne Grenay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that person. So I looked it up, and that person's on OnlyFans, and I'm like, how the fuck are you making money?
A lot of horny
It's
dudes.
your friend, and I'm like, holy shit.
A lot of horny dudes.
How is that possible? But I'm like, but you have to look at people and go, what do you do for a living that this is possible in this world, right? And then it's OnlyFans. But then you're like, well, how much money are you possibly making off of OnlyFans to do this?
It's a nice side hustle. So like I have a lot of friends that started doing it during COVID. So like
Yeah.
during the pandemic, they were like bartenders or something. So like if the bar shut down, they had no way to make money. So they started OnlyFans.
And how did it work out? Like, did they make enough money to keep going?
Yeah, even girls like I've dated in the past where like they have a small following, they're still making like $2,500, $3,000 a month. So a little extra. It pays rent.
Sure does. Jesus Christ. Is that what it is? Yeah. Fucking A, dude. All right.
I think maybe you don't like that they can just make money and not need you.
Who? Me? I don't give a shit about that.
So then I just go, what is the problem?
If everybody's
The problem
the problem is
is-
if everybody's just doing porn these days.
But not everybody's doing porn.
It seems like it, dude. It really
Seems like
does.
it's to you because that's all you have on your
Now,
Instagram.
why? Maybe I can connect the dots here. Ross
Do you know
is-
what yeah, what's the problem?
Ross
Please.
is, always gets mad about shitty service everywhere and stuff like that. And so maybe now a restaurant is understaffed because they're losing waitresses to porno apps.
We're losing everybody we have
I
to
got
porn
you.
out there.
Buddy, this
So
is
we're-
just capitalism.
Yeah, so
That's
we're
what the market
losing-
wants.
The market dictates.
You want the real answer too?
We're
Is as
losing-
having a daughter, you're like, hey, dude, is she just eventually gonna do porn one day, and
No.
then I have to
No.
deal with
I think
that?
It's going to bounce back like severely, right?
No.
I think that generation of kids is probably going to be super conservative.
And not everybody does it.
They sure do. It's everybody.
Again, it's everybody.
Even your favorite singers like fucking Cardi B and all that bullshit, like she's got one. Actresses, like all of them have one where you're just like, holy shit, you got OnlyFans. And like, if that's how you're making so much money, you don't ever have to leave the house. You can kind of just fuck yourself and then that's good. That's good enough.
I think it's probably helped people get out of bad marriages, probably abusive situations, probably out of debt, I think it's probably, and I know that's hard. I know it's hard to be like, what? You could just fucking make millions of dollars from showing your ass? And then I go to Instagram and I can't see it. And now I got to go to OnlyFans. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
And it's pay
But
per
it's
play
like, but
I don't understand the appeal of OnlyFans itself, though, because you have to like subscribe. You have to
I
pay,
think, and like I've said
like, a
this
cover,
before, yeah.
And then you also got to pay per
Yes.
video.
And
it's
I
like,
think
eh.
I've said this before. OnlyFans, when it first started, just like with anything, was probably a lot more amateur, a lot more fun. People were actually talking to you. And just like anything else, it turns into
It gets
a
business
spam. There's probably
corporatized.
ads everywhere. You have to pay for this until you get, if you wanted the commercial one, you have to. So
And every big OnlyFans girl has like a guy that's answering all their DMs.
right. They have
They have an
social media.
assistant.
They're actually not even talking to you anymore. So just
there's-
like with anything, OnlyFans is now something that's not really what it used to be.
It's a real profession now.
yeah.
Sure.
They're working. Also, so I looked
So now
it up.
there's like working and it's a job.
There are 2.1 million creators on OnlyFans. My guess, though, is that OnlyFans is not much different than like podcasting,
Yeah.
where you're really talking about, there's like 400,000 podcasts in the
There's
United States, but like
100 or 850,000. I think
Podcasts?
only 1% get 700 listens a
Correct, yeah.
24-hour period.
right.
Yep.
So you're probably talking about 15,000 women making a real living on OnlyFans.
Like who's the smartless on OnlyFans? You know what I'm saying? For example, who got in
We were
after everybody busted their ass to make OnlyFans a thing, and then
There was a
someone just
midget who popped up that we talked about the other day. The midget with huge fake tits and just raking in millions.
She's making like 20 million a year.
Yeah.
and got in later, right? Once all these other creators built the platform,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
made it something
Yeah.
good, and then a smartless just slides in.
Bella
and,
Thorne. She was the first one to, crack 1 million in 24 hours on there?
yeah,
So-
and then wouldn't show anything.
Well, there was the backlash, and then she did. And then she got buck naked, and then that escalated to
Right.
some shower shit and everything else. But, yeah, I guess just as a society, if that's where we're headed, of like, oh, shit, all right. I'm going to slide that convo your way then if our daughter ends up doing it and be like, cool, you have that conversation. I'm not fucking having that goddamn conversation.
I
But
always
if you're
would,
fine
I
with
would
it,
always have the conversation. I'm not fine with it. I'm just saying I don't think it's as big of a problem in the real world as you think it is.
I'm not saying
I
it's
just
I'm
don't.
not saying it's a problem, but I'm saying we're headed there as a society where you're like, all right, cool, man. Instagram, like you were saying, Instagram is not going to be enough anymore. I want to see inside your asshole.
Right.
And that's I think that's just what's going to happen here. As robots begin to take jobs, more and more people are going to fucking OnlyFans.
Because robots don't have holes.
Yet, Bob.
So
I want to stress yet.
I know.
They're eventually going to have some fucking sweet holes for us.
I know. It'll be Westworld.
And then we won't need women at all anymore.
It'll just be Westworld. And be
Westworld
like,
is the dream.
if you can't tell the difference, why does it matter?
Yeah, exactly. And so you won't need women at all, and like pretty soon. And maybe that's not a bad thing, you know. We don't have to have them voting or driving and all that stuff, and I think that's great. And then it'll flip. Then men can have the power back. Then they'll flip. Oh, cool. I don't need your OnlyFans. I've got my fuck robot Ashley here, and she's gonna do all the things.
I think that's already an issue, right? You have all these like young kids that are like the red pill generation.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Cells.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather just play video games and jerk off. I don't really need you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody's getting married or doing any of that shit because they're like, well, fuck it. I mean, I can find my favorite actor or actress on OnlyFans, and then after that, like, I can go play some video games and kind of hang. I can blow up some people in China in a first-person shooter game and be all right with it. But it just seems like more and more, and maybe because of what we do for a living, podcast-wise, you're seeing all these people pop up, and you're like, oh, shit, all right. Well, fuck, man. How much money you making? Damn, okay. Well, good for you.
Right.
You know? But we'll see. We'll see how this all shakes out. He thinks it's going to go conservative. I don't know.
Everything kind of swings back and forth.
I think the genie is out of the bottle now. I don't know how you go back at this point. I don't know how you make it back to where you're back in sweaters and bobby socks and shit like that.
I mean, I'm just going through like human history. Everything just kind of, there's just massive swings. It's never, linear.
You know what you can do if you just want everything to go back to, I don't know where, Ross. But, Bob, we could do the lady that quit her job, moved into a tent with her son.
Sure.
And saved about $50,000. Couldn't be happier.
Yeah.
Okay. She just went back. They don't even OnlyFans?
Sure.
No.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
No need for it.
This is what
Going back to the earth, going back to a time that we all, I guess are wanting back.
Is this the good old days we want?
Yeah, is this the good old days? So
What is there's so many old days.
we could let
to talk about ones were
Which
good.
old days are we going back to? Because OnlyFans again, fine, and it's going to crash and burn, and
I don't think it's going to crash and burn.
It's the same as
I think it's going to be a must. I think in the
it's
future
turning
it's going to be a must.
It'll
If
be your
you're
Facebook account?
Yes. It'll be one of those things that your publicist tells you have to have.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah,
No
dude.
way.
But if everyone has a fucking sex tape, nobody has a sex
But then the best people win. It's kind of like a Margot Robbie or something like that, where you're like, all right, well, who's got the best OnlyFans? That girl, let's hire her. She rocks. Because we already know people who were getting free mattresses and shit like that.
I mean, you say that, but there's plenty of like wide receivers in the NFL. Like, it's not just the tallest, fastest black guy. You get some scrappy white guy who's willing to get murdered over the middle for a ball. So you're gonna get some scrappers in there too.
Bob, you're not getting injured. Well, yeah, fuck.
You're definitely-
Remember that cop we pulled up? The Detroit cop a couple weeks ago? Like,
Yeah.
that was I bet you she's raking it in from OnlyFans because that's a different weird fetish. Well, now it's just a fucking stranger who's a cop, all tatted up.
But you
You
already
know?
have that in porn, right? You have, some of the most
Exactly.
notorious porn stars are not the best looking. They're actually kind of gross.
right, and it's the same as with porn, where you go like, okay, there's people that do porn, and there's people that don't, and it's a good amount on either side.
I think it's going to be, my guess is it's going to be the next thing your publicist says you have to do. Like, you've got to have one of these heading into the future. There's not going to be enough movies and TV shows left to fucking support it. So, yeah, you're going to have one of these goddamn things to do it.
Well, it's a big swing, but
It is.
okay.
And look, it's a fucking bold statement. I'm prepared to make it. Let's see this fucking bitch in the tent, dude. Let's see her.
Bitch in the tent. This is what Ross wants.
The good old days.
The good old days.
It's not at all what I want.
He just doesn't want.
The frontier. Those were when men were
We're
men.
like the sluts were
frontier.
sluts.
You don't
You
wanna live
knew
in a
they were
teepee?
sluts.
Although this looked fun, though.
This
This does kind of look
The
fun.
whores were whores. You could
This is fun.
pick them out.
This is glamping. This is a fun weekend.
Yeah, exactly. And again, where do you live that you're able to do that? Like,
Do they have a
by
house,
the
too?
way,
She's building a cabin. I guess her name is Blue.
of course it is.
Mm-hmm.
Blue of Earth.
Yeah, just in case you
just
thought New York City housing prices weren't taking a toll on people's wallets. This is a New York mom. So, so they're really doing it. I mean, look at that.
That's real snow.
They're not fucking
is real
around.
snow.
This is a
Real
pile
snow.
of wood.
Yeah,
Here's my.
that's all wet now.
This is the woman.
That's her?
Did you picture anything
No.
less?
Yeah. No, that's what I thought.
Wait, her name's Christine Blue.
Okay.
Okay. Damn.
It's not just Blue.
Hey, that's
just-
Jesse's middle name is Blue.
Yeah.
So you want to get into some hippie shit, it's Jesse Blue.
Here's a
Yeah.
bedroom.
This looks nice.
That's
How
not
does she have Wi-Fi?
bad.
She's got
I know,
she's got
right?
an Apple there. How does she have Wi-Fi?
Like-
a little hotspot.
Okay.
Okay.
Not bad. This
You
isn't bad at all.
guys, I mean, she's
Jesse?
a happy camper, yes.
What do you think of this setup?
Gosh, what is she's got? She's got everything you need,
If
huh?
I had YouTube TV, I'm going to be real. This doesn't look
and that's
terrible.
a wood fire. So like,
This is going to be more and more relevant, I think.
It might be,
Housing
dude.
prices going up. And
Yeah.
rent. Are you kidding me? Like,
Yeah.
there's so many people here in Austin that like probably shouldn't be homeless. They just choose to be homeless.
Same with
Right.
LA. Last time I was in LA, I saw a lot of people who looked like they had money, but they were choosing to live in these tents. And
you know,
I was
you
like,
could
all right,
stay in your house as OnlyFans,
Sure could.
Or you could just be a traveling pike.
or you could just or you could just move to a tent. Those for some people are things they need to choose between.
I think you're going to have to be a whore to survive, and that's it.
Yeah.
You're going to have to be a slutty whore to survive in this world, and that's the only way you're going to be able to afford shit.
Yeah.
So otherwise, you're in a tent. Like, she can't have an OnlyFans. That's nobody's fetish right there.
What? If you can think it,
No.
someone else is fucking beaten off to it. Believe me.
This fucking late 40s granola in a baggy sweatshirt?
Telling you, that's somebody's kink.
That's no.
That's not even something you can say. Everybody is somebody's kink.
I guess so, but like, would you pay for that? You can pop her up again. Is that something you're paying for on OnlyFans? Probably not.
Depends on what she says she's going to do. 2 things with stuff.
Oh, that's true.
And then you're like, I gotta see this,
If
right?
she was tent girl just out there,
Tent girl.
jamming
holding
a
a
fucking
log.
handle inside of her body, and she's like, "Oh man, guess what I cooked today with this lard? I cooked
Yeah.
lard and
See
bacon."
me cook the tomatoes,
Yeah.
Watch me
right?
split wood.
No hand. Yeah, split wood without my hands.
And then I'll sell you the socks that I split the wood in.
Yeah.
They're gonna stink.
So
They're
don't-
sweaty. I'm gonna sell you those socks so you can jack off in those, and then you can take the handle of the pan here that I just cooked me and my daughter some meal with, and I'm gonna insert that into my asshole for $280. Just give me $280.
Now you're getting
and
it.
subscribe. Yeah, that's where we're at. Yeah.
Anybody can do OnlyFans.
I'm. Look, I have no doubt. I have no doubt of that. It's just as a society, if that's where we're headed, it's just like, all right, well, there's no need for you to go to school anymore or do anything.
It's
It's
the
just,
creator economy.
it sure is, dude. Just pop on over to OnlyFans, show that b-hole, and we're all gonna be fine.
That is the only problem, is that you always gotta fucking do some butt stuff.
no shit.
You gotta go gotta show all the way inside.
Yeah, it's not. You're not doing just feet stuff and shit like that. It's
Right.
gotta be a butthole sitch. So
Anyway,
what happened with this woman here?
no, she's just kind of.
Living with her.
I think it's meant to be like, this is
This
how
is the new
bad
way.
this is how bad
Yeah.
the New York housing prices is. But she's saying she's quite happy, and yeah,
That's great. Does she have a dog
of
there?
course,
Is that
yeah,
her kid?
her son, yeah, her and her
got a
son
kid
moved
and a
in
dog.
there.
I don't know how they keep the dog anywhere. But
Where does that kid wash himself there?
yeah, that's a great question.
Doesn't it kind of look like they're at like a little bit of a camp site ground? No, because like you can't
They're
just.
somewhere.
You know what I mean? Like, if you're really going to set up, there's always sort of, if it's not in some kind of campground or you're paying something to be there, there's always going to be some kind of threat of someone coming and taking it away because everyone owns.
Taking that dog away?
No, just being like, this is my, land.
Right.
You can't just like fucking chill here, right?
You can't live here. You can't. Your son can't wash his penis in my creek.
Right.
Is that what you're saying? For him to get clean?
Yeah, I'm just saying in order to really get comfortable and be like, this is where I live, this is where I'm setting up, she must have some kind of something going on with the land. Right?
Okay. Yeah, she's got to
so
own
a
it.
campsite or owning it or whatever it may
Right.
be.
And I'm just concerned.
Living on some friends, acreage.
Right. I'm just concerned where that kid's washing his dirty dick all day, though, because that can't be a thing either, where you just expect your kid to be uncleaned all day. As if it was snowing like that, it's not like you're going out into a creek. You're going to get hypothermia. You might lose that dick out there in that creek.
A crick.
You've got to find somewhere else there.
And honestly, like this kid, he looks like a teenager, maybe an 8th grader. Like,
Is he smiling? Can you pan into him? Let's see if he's smiling. Is he happy?
She's happy.
he looks like
Oh,
he's
boy.
happy enough.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
overweight.
They're good, dude.
Yeah.
Like, they're fed.
he is.
They're good.
He's had some snacks there. He does look dirty as shit. Pan in one more time, Bob. He kind of looks. Oh, he does look dirty. Look at him.
Yeah, but he's in 8th grade. He's always going to be dirty,
Pan
even if
into
he's
his
in
face.
a house.
Is he homeschooled too? Probably.
Yeah, there's no bus picking him
yeah,
up,
man.
I
Like,
imagine.
what are you? Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know if maybe the tent's by a highway and he could just, it's still on the bus route. He could hop on the bus. And then he's like, oh, you got to, it's the 6th tree by the end of the street is where you have to drop me off so I can meet my mom in the tent. I wash my dick in that creek about 10 yards down. And then maybe the bus can drop him off from school. I'm not really sure how that works. There was somebody that I went to school with who lived in a trailer. Mm-hmm. And it was off this beaten path of a road. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't paved or anything like that in Georgia. And so they just used to drop her off. And then she'd walk down this dirty road. We didn't really see where it went.
You know how she could get it out of that predicament?
How's that? OnlyFans. Sure, she could have.
Just saying.
She was hot, but
The only thing she has to
dead.
worry about is people like you
No,
getting pissed about it.
she's dead.
Getting pissed about all these whores making money.
She's dead. She's dead now. Okay.
Yeah, well, you know how she could have lived?
OnlyFans.
Yeah.
So basically, Jesse's advice to you out there is like you're gonna have
You're
to be
in
a
a
whore to make money in this
situation
life.
that you need to get out of. No shame in using what you have to get out of it.
Okay.
And don't let any ding-dongs like Ross make you feel bad like a big whore.
Rocco's here.
It's all
He's gonna
good.
be on Drinking Bros Day. He's got daughters. If your daughter had an OnlyFans account, would you be stoked? Just a simple yes or no.
No, of course not.
It's a hard no.
Of course not.
It's a hard no. Yeah.
But his daughters are fine and he's raised them well and he's providing for them, but not everybody has that. So look, if you got to do what you got to do to get out of where you're at, I have no problem with you having an OnlyFans.
Look at you. No, like
And it's my job as a parent to make sure that she doesn't have to. But fuck, at a certain point, I have no say over what she's going to do.
right.
What if she's a model?
A model
I don't think
in
they have
general?
those anymore.
No, but I'm saying
That doesn't exist
what
anymore.
if she's not on OnlyFans? But what if she's like Sports Illustrated swimsuit?
Doesn't exist anymore.
It does.
Models don't exist anymore. Well, not white ones. So she's gonna have to get another profession. I'm sorry about it.
But would you be proud?
As a like if it was a Sports Illustrated, I don't know, man.
I think that's probably always a weird thing for dudes, right?
Like even we'll go back to the Kendall. Was it Kendall Jenner we were showing earlier, right?
Yeah.
She's got products and she's selling shit. Where, to my knowledge, she hasn't popped a tit out on OnlyFans yet.
No, but she's definitely a model.
She's I mean, they're all hot and they're all kind of models, but just on Instagram, like, I guess she models for what?
She's a runway model.
Okay.
She's like one of the top highest paid, I think,
Yeah.
at
What
this
if
point.
what if your daughter's Giselle, right?
I mean,
she makes
dude,
like
here's
bank being a
literally
model?
Kendall Jenner.
Oh, look at that. Bob found a topless photo right quick.
He
Real
had
quick.
it.
That's classy.
Yeah.
He had it up already.
But it's classy. Bob was sitting on that all day. Oh, there's a million blurred out photos.
Yeah.
Did I not know that she's been naked 5,000 times?
You definitely didn't know.
I guess you can't. She's out.
Can't do anything,
She's
dude.
a whore and a prostitute now, and we cannot.
No, we just have to accept that everyone's got to have their fucking tits out to make $1 in this life.
I mean,
Listen,
look, here
we've
she
all
is.
accepted it. You seem to be
I
the
have.
one that has a problem
All
with
right,
it.
so Rob.
But I can't hear any more arguments that girls can change anything. Like they can't. They can't do anything better than a man except for pop their tits out.
it's prom.
And that's something that we can't do.
It's prom 2040. Your daughter comes down in this dress.
What's up? How you feeling?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, but she's Kendall. You know, she's selling stuff and products.
Yeah. Yeah, she's not. Well,
She's
it turns
got
out.
a real.
Turns out to get the fan base, I guess you had to show your
Yeah.
pussy and tits 8,000 times. I
You're
was unaware
telling-
how many fucking times. Holy
You're telling
shit.
me something.
Bob is pulling up endless nudes here.
it's the only reason she sells it. She's just having fun.
Is that real?
Yeah.
That
She's just like,
that one might
Come
not
on,
be real.
dude.
actually.
She just pulled a tit out of a tank top.
The only reason she sells shit at all is because she's hot.
Yeah,
God
also there was
damn,
the
dude.
free the nipple movement.
Oh,
so.
dude.
Oh, yeah.
You could
I've-
probably get any celebrity.
You're
with a
right.
nip out.
Here's a whole
right.
ass fucking thing. Like
I
her
know.
tits been out a fucking million times, which is legit. That's great, dude. I wish
Exactly right.
Do you understand? I wish I could just like take my wiener out and sell soap, but I can't.
No, they'd fucking put him in jail, and that's the difference.
Or
He'd
like
be
being,
on a sex offender list, and he'd lose
Yeah.
his kids.
Or even
Sure.
if you're like a normal person being like a medical sales rep, just being able to show shaft, like a little cleavage.
Yeah.
Sure. yeah.
But I'm saying like they have the advantage there too for sales.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think Jesse's proved the point that all women, like, you're whores or nothing else in this world, right?
I didn't.
Pretty much what you said.
I
Well,
didn't say
at
that.
The end of the day,
I think I
Ross,
was
It's fine.
pretending to
look,
be you.
I don't care. I just,
At the end
I
of
need
the
to know
day-
what I'm getting into as a father, where
What
it's like
happened?
now I'm starting to feel less guilty that every girl's a whore now.
At the end of the
according
day,
to
we're
Jesse.
all whores. It's not just women.
Yeah, it just depends on what you're whoring out, right? And we have the advantage of just being a better, aesthetically pleasing body
Okay.
more than you guys.
So do we have to do the diversity hires and all this shit and pretend
I'm not
that we
even
actually
having
care?
that conversation. I think we need to stick with the whores and prostitutes that you want to burn in a fire, and I don't understand why. Like, just let the whores be whores.
No, the
And
whores
also-
are going to be whores, and it's fine. Here's my problem with it. I don't want to pretend that in other jobs that women are the best at it just for the sake of doing it, because it's like, oh, the women's movement, all that shit. It's like,
I just want to
no,
be
dude.
clear.
I think women are the best at sales.
Yeah.
Sales for what?
I
It
just want.
doesn't matter if you can take your titty out while you're selling
Think
something.
about-
They're better at sales.
Think about
than
all the
you.
whorish things you did to get funding for a movie.
Right.
Nothing. I wish I could have. Fuck.
Not whore.
I didn't
not
get to, I didn't get to
actual
fuck
sex.
anybody.
Not
I didn't
actual
get to fuck
sex.
anybody. I
Actual
didn't get to
sex,
pull
but
my dick out.
you were a whore at
That would
some
have been
point.
awesome.
You were a whore in some way at
No.
some point.
There was nothing to whore. Like
You had to
what's the
do
most
things you
dignity-
didn't want to do.
Yeah, what's the most dignity you ever dumped in the gutter? to
And it
get
doesn't have
something
to
you
be
wanted made?
sexual. It's just like, what did you have to do to be like,
I
I've
think-
got to do this because this guy's
I think
money or
I think
something.
you'd have to flip it. I wish I could have and I had that conversation with a producing partner of mine. I was like, why do no women, like hot women, have any money whatsoever that you can just fuck them for whatever the thing is, the same way that women do for dudes, right? Like, why is there no female Weinstein? That never existed, where you were just like, God damn it, man. Like, I would be great at that. It never existed throughout time or Hollywood or anything else. There was never that one who you were just like, shit. Who is it?
You know what? There might not have been a vagina, but there was probably a dick somewhere.
Yeah, that you could have sucked if you
No,
wanted.
they don't have
And it's-
money. You got to go Saudi with that shit, dude. And that'll lead you back down the dirty, dark hole of
Andy
Instagram
Cohen
and everything else.
Andy Cohen could have given you something.
He didn't.
I'm just saying, like, if you wanted to find a way to get on something, you could have.
There was a
but
path.
you didn't want to do what we had to do, which was
No, I don't. Like, the offer wasn't even. I wish I could tell you there was a sweet offer there for me to put my dick on a platter for something. There wasn't. There was never that opportunity. But Kendall can just pop out a tit, and then all of a sudden,
I think you
here's
just-
my tequila company.
You didn't know how to read the situation. There was an opportunity.
I'm sure there was many opportunities that you just didn't want to take
No.
of dudes. I'm not talking about girls.
There were obviously no women.
Yeah, obviously there's no women doing that. But we're saying, like, I'm sure if you really found out a way to get into something, all you had to do was hook up with the dude.
Like Jared ended up in, right?
Yeah.
Well, hey, you know what's funny is he didn't want to fuck Jared. Like, and that was the hilarious part about it. And
Right,
I go,
but there was
Jared, you know what's going to happen? And he goes, no, that's not going to happen. And sure enough, dude, he didn't want to fuck Jared. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Jared's his type.
Remember that? Rocco? Yeah. He's at Brian Singer's house. And Brian Singer, I was like, hey, he calls me and goes, hey, there's a lot of fucking dudes here. And I go, let me guess. They're all probably real questionable, 17 or 18. And he goes, yeah, you think I'm going to get fucked? And I go, no, dude, look at I bet it's a bunch of ripped, jacked gay dudes flirting around the pool, having fun. And I go, he's going to fuck you.
I guarantee there's a memory you suppress deep, deep down.
Yep.
No. I wish it was that easy. I wish, yeah. I wish I could have just fucking boned some lady for it. It would have been great.
No, didn't you say there was somebody?
It's a man.
Gosh,
It's a man.
we really. There was under. Did you get raped?
Yeah, I wish.
Under the
I wish.
table, something that you thought it was a woman, but it was
No,
actually a dude.
put his hand on my cock, but I didn't. It wasn't an offer. We were just out at a dinner. You know, there was no.
Did he
offer
have money?
For it. Yeah. He had money,
Then
but
it
like
was
it
an
wasn't.
It was an
Okay.
offer.
There was no offer.
It was
for
an
that.
offer.
Didn't Kathy Griffin do that too?
Kathy Griffin. Well, I mean, Andy Dick. You guys remember Andy Dick?
Yeah.
He grabbed
Yeah.
my best friend's cock at a party, and that was pretty funny.
Again, opportunities.
Opportunities that
No,
you didn't take, and maybe
wasn't me.
we're just smart enough
You're
to
just not
take them.
You know, you don't take any
I
risks.
wasn't over there. Hey, dude, Andy Dick didn't have any money either.
You just
Yeah,
can't
I
read
don't
the
think
room.
Andy Dick is the path.
no,
No,
it's not
that's
even that.
actually-
He's in a
He
trailer.
did not
park.
have
Yeah,
a
yeah,
dollar
yeah,
to his
yeah.
name, so yeah.
There's credit
He had
to
a
that.
trailer attached to his house too.
But
All-
homie with the money grabbed your dick. You didn't
yeah,
do anything about it.
You didn't do
There's
anything about it.
nothing I
You
could.
could have gotten with him. You could have gotten something.
There was no offer of like, hey, you know what? You put this dick in my hand, I'm going to give you X. You know, that never happened.
He's not going to outright say
Yeah,
it.
they don't do that. You know what it's all implied.
It's the implications.
If you're going to compare it to what we have to do.
You guys
it's
don't even
all
have to have
implied.
implications. You guys can just go to Instagram, flash a tit, and then underneath it say, you want to see more? And here's some fire emojis, and I'm going to get 30K. All I'm saying is I don't want to see the women as NFL referees or any of that stupid shit anymore.
know,
Like,
Ross.
I don't want to see it. It's
We
so
know.
fucking lame. We have to buy into
We
that.
know.
We have to buy into that bullshit. Like we fucking care and that, oh, they're the same. And they've loved the NFL just like everybody else has. They sure haven't, dude.
How'd we get on this? We're talking about you not taking risks or opportunities.
Yeah,
It's
we're
an
talking about you not
easy
sucking a dick when it was
life
right in front of
path
you.
and jobs, and let's not pretend that like we're all equal. We're not.
Listen, we
It's
saw
all
photos of
fucking
you,
crazy.
young you. We know what you
Yeah,
looked like.
you
I look
could've gone-
great.
You
I
could have
look
gone
great.
to Singer's house if you wanted to. You
I look
didn't.
great. Never got the invite, dude.
didn't.
Never got the invite, and there was never a powerful woman there who was just like, oh, hey, I would like to take advantage of these younger dudes. Never. That didn't exist.
Right.
Because you got to be hot and you got to be a fucking whore. And that's what we've learned today. That's the biggest takeaway from today.
It actually seems like you've come to grips with some things that we have all known. And so we welcome you.
That
To
women
the
can
world.
just whore. I know. And I guess it's just accepting that we're all in just this steady decline of a fucking decay where, everybody's going to show an asshole on OnlyFans, and that's kind of it, right? That's it.
I mean, I'm not going to, but,
Would you like the alternative?
Yeah, what's the alternative? Nobody's showing it?
Would you like Sharia law?
Well, seems to be working all right over there for those guys, but no, but
Oh, my God.
everybody seems to be staying in line, don't they? That's the other thing too with like Mia Khalifa and shit with the Israel show. Oh no, it's like, bitch, if you walked 1 foot in that country, they would throw you off a fucking 12-story building.
True.
And that, like, nothing you're doing would be acceptable over there. So let's not pretend they're the righteous ones. They're doing shit. Holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
But that's it. So go to OnlyFans, rate, review, subscribe. Pay me $8. I'm going to run in some socks. I'm going to jack off on a teddy bear, and I'm going to do some things. I'm sure we'll all have that at one point now. All right? All right. Jesse will have feet pics up pretty soon, and that's where we're
good,
headed
yeah.
as a society.
I'm good.
All right.
You know? It's all over the world, I guess. I'm not seeing it.
All right, we'll go through your account. It's your own friends. You used to work in porn. Like you used to be a makeup artist for porn.
No, I've done porn stars makeup when they were trying to make a real go of it, but I wasn't on a porn set. No.
Sasha Grey.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, who'd you do? You did
Amy
Reed.
Reed.
Yeah, you did a bunch of them. You know more porn stars than I do. You did a ton of them.
A couple of them can act.
Yeah, she couldn't, but yeah, I think there is some that can. Yeah.
My high school buddy can act, but he's just slinging dick.
He's in porn.
Right.
Yeah, pays more money.
They're just they're just people.
Pays more money than dinner theater at the Spaghetti Warehouse, in Missouri. Thanks for tuning in, kids. Weird show today, but I liked it. Look, we're learning about the world together today, and it's fun. Go to iTunes, rate the show 5-star, and leave a quick review. Also, head on over to Spotify. It's just a 5-star, and you can walk away. For Jesse Wiseman, a.k.a. the Jables, and Ross Patterson, this is the Revolucion. Buenos tardes, everyone.
Good afternoon.